Next on the list is a gourmet hunter who seeks adventure and eats big game, Toriko from Toriko. In today's standard, it's a rarity to behold an adult character in a shonen series, especially as a main character. But if that wasn't enough, this adult lead also happens to be manly as fuck! I mean, look at those muscles! Toriko as a character is one who carries the manly spirit of the 1980s, complete with a large physique, fighting with his bare hands, and most important of all, he wields thick eyebrows, a fashion statement of the 80s. Speaking of the 80s, Toriko can be seen as a representative of a time long forgotten, where main characters would either be righteous, tenacious, courageous, audacious, vigorous, and chivalrous. These traits can be found in Toriko, who follows these masculine traditions during his battles against nature, gourmet beasts, and against the gourmet court. However, I felt his most manly moments occurred quite early in the series, which took place in the Regal Mammoth arc. In this story, Toriko is inside of a regal mammoth. It's very big. Inside, he is protecting his future wife by fighting a GT robot, and he powers up by eating meat, and voila, enter manliness. That entire scenario was just filled with preposterous testosterone.
Preposterone! Power thirst! Side effects include glowing sweat! Use your sweaty body to fuel sweet rave parties!
Physical attributes aside, Toriko can be best described as an adventurer, a hunter, but can also be considered to be an animal preserver and even a biologist due to discovering 2% of the world's ingredients. What most people are not aware of is Toriko's Earth is very big. Here's our world, and the rest here is the gourmet world. Oh my god. This guy explored 2% out of 300,000 ingredients, and this is what makes Toriko manly. Toriko is a series which has a food gimmick, where various creatures roam around freely, with power levels that make modern weaponry obsolete, and the most dangerous creatures only get bigger, and bigger, and bigger. They're so big that volcanoes are anthills to them. Fucking anthills! And this guy, Toriko, doesn't go to a fridge to eat dinner, no sir. He goes out in the wilderness, filled with these gargantuan motherfuckers, and kills them with his bare hands. His right hand is knife, his left hand is fork. And once he finds his prey, he either captures them or eats them whole, and does this every day while getting paid at least $836,000 a pop. But to serve as the cherry on top is owning a gourmet credit card with near infinite credit. He lives among the wealthy in this society. He doesn't even have to hunt or explore dangerous lands. He could just retire and buy anything he wanted. But no. He enjoys his passion as a gourmet hunter, and that is manly. Also, he lives in a candy house which he eats and spends money to rebuild and just to eat it again. Manly! But superficial reasoning aside, there is more to this character. Toriko may work as a hunter, but he's not some heartless poacher. Despite the impression I gave this man, he cherishes wildlife. In some cultures and other manga series has explored, there's a certain conduct when it comes to eating or hunting. Using Shaman King as an example, the character Horo is part of the Ainu tribe, where they follow the custom of respecting nature, such as only killing animals for food, and not for sport. Other similar traditions include making use of animal remains such as clothes or not letting the food go to waste. I mentioned this briefly with Yujiro Hanma, as his ideology is, don't swallow your food like it was air or water, son. You have to put your mind and soul into it. Everything you are eating was alive at some point. That energy will be consumed inside of you. We had no right to take their lives for our survival, yet that is a natural cycle of life. But it is our imposed responsibility to honor those lives lost at the moment we consumed them. Don't forget it. And this information can also be applied to Toriko, as he once stated,
if I don't plan on eating something, I'm not taking its life, period. Know this, I only kill what I eat, and I always eat what I kill.
This is where character depth can be explored, but there's a reason why Toriko is so low on the list. While he possesses plenty of manly traits, he has rarely had any emotional impact on me. The basic flaw Toriko has when being compared to other manly series is a lack of drama or tragic deaths. While there have been some recent events which has placed him in a more serious state, the moments are far and few. However, Toriko is slowly building up to be a messiah-like hero, granting food to those who are starving, as in his childhood, Toriko was a starving orphan, which makes his role as a hero very understandable. He may be a gourmet hunter for his passion of exploring, but he's also committed to help those in need. While his character is a bit different from the various anime interpretations, whether the pilot portrays him as a savage beast, or the movie presents him as a bit cynical, the anime features him more kid-friendly, while the manga is more of a mixture of the three mentioned anime. Regardless, Toriko is still a manly hero who knows that life must be cherished with friends and family.
I just get angry when people violate my code. Now it's up to you to grow big and strong and proud, like your mother was. Are you scared? Don't be. You are not alone here.
At number 18 is the Lord of Perverts himself, Takamura from Hajime no Ippo. You should be hyped for this boxer.
The hype is real!
Takamura is a boxer whose weight class constantly changes due to his pursuit of conquering 6 weight classes. From junior middleweight to heavyweight. One weight class is hard enough, but 6 of them? Talk about ambitious, which is a word that would probably describe Takamura the best. Actually, scratch that. The better words are egotistical, pompous, cocky, arrogant, self-centered, and the list goes on because he's so full of himself. But that makes him likable.
俺様はこの合宿で完璧に仕上がってしまった。もはやあの地球上で俺様の相手になる人間はいねえ。
His unshaken confidence and humorous personality is what makes him a favorite among Ippo fans. While he may be boastful about his strength, he can get away with it because Takamura has some odd charisma, with the best examples being the man who inspired Ippo to take boxing, along with a couple of others. As the years went on, Takamura ended up being the symbolic pride of the gym, as he's their hope and their champion! Although sometimes they're embarrassed of him because of moments like this.
俺様がモテねえとでも思ってんのか。俺見ろ、喜んでいけるか俺。嫌がってんじゃん。怒られたぞ、犯罪だ。俺がチャンピオンのすることだ。
Regardless, Takamura is still manly, and he shows his commitment and love for the sport doing his weight control and fighting for Japan's honor. After seeing his coach Kamogawa being disrespected by the American Brian Hawk, Takamura takes it upon himself to punch his lights out, being stricken with not only hunger, but with rage. Takamura delivers his most manly and emotional battle against Brian Hawk. As amazing this fight was, I think the manlier moment went back in the original series where Takamura beat up a bear. And how do you ask? By punching it! Sadly, this eventually led to some drama as Takamura spared the bear's life, only to shed manly tears to discover that the bear was killed, being turned into bear stew. This situation then puts Takamura to show his respect towards nature by eating the bear whole and wearing its fur. See what I did here? Takamura is without a doubt manly, but he's not the main character. Despite appearing in almost every episode, his best scenes are few but epic. I have not read the Hajime no Ippo manga, but I think his place at number 18 is fitting, as the next contenders managed to leave more of an impression on me. However, Takamura is not without some grief, with the best example is being shunned by some members of his family. While he doesn't let the past bother him, it's fortunate that he found a much closer family, being the people at Kamogawa Gym. I'm sure it's not unrealistic to say that Kamogawa could be seen as a very dear person to Takamura, similar to a father figure, as Kamogawa accepted his perverted antics, taught him the importance of discipline, and most of all, showed Takamura his passion for boxing. So as a thank you to Kamogawa, Takamura will win those 6 belts, and will keep fighting for the gym and his friends because Takamura is their hero.